Welcome back to Cold Drake Gaming, and obviously it's E3 week, the biggest week of the year. I streamed the Xbox conference on my Twitch and YouTube. You can check that out on my VOD. You can see my initial reactions.
Oh, didn't realize we had company.
Is that Jack Sparrow?
Captain Jack Sparrow.
What the fuck?
But first, I'm going to talk about what's going to be in this video. We're going to have AAA games, only AAA exclusive games, AAA third-party games. It was going to be too big of a video if I did everything. So the first part of the video is going to be AAA exclusives and AAA third-party games. Second part of the video will be indie games and like smaller AA games and updates to games that are already running. So you'll see the second video later on. But before we get into all of that, please like and subscribe to the channel. Obviously, I stream on Twitch every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Thursdays I do my live roundup podcast. You can catch it at 5 p.m. where I go through all the gaming news. So this week's roundup's been crazy because there's a crap ton of news. It's gonna be a lot longer. It's probably an hour altogether. But yeah, and I'm also streaming on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. I usually stream a random game. I was streaming a lot of Call of Duty, but right now I'm streaming a lot of Mass Effect Legendary Edition. I'm playing through Mass Effect 1 right now. Game looks absolutely amazing. I remember the graphics weren't as good, obviously, back in the day, but they've really updated, made it look really nice. And the gameplay still is kind of really annoying. There's no cover, there's no, like cover button. There's no, you can't press it. You have to go onto the cover and it'll go onto it. And it's really annoying. The gameplay, I'm trying to get through it. I want to get to Mass Effect 2, which is one of my favorite. But yeah, let's get into the conference first. Xbox has struggled for years to create any kind of hype for their E3 press conferences, especially through the Xbox One generation. But in 2018, they decided to buy 5 new studios to bolster their Xbox ecosystem. But Xbox wasn't finished. They decided this was a weak point in their brand and they needed more first-party exclusives, so they decided to spend $7.5 billion on ZeniMax Entertainment, which is the parent company of Bethesda Game Studios. With now 23 studios under the Xbox Game Studios banner, they now have the ability to produce a game for each quarter of each year. Microsoft has been positioning itself for the cloud in mind for every single one of their divisions, including Xbox. With the cloud, they're able to stream to any Xbox console, any PC console, any kind of internet device or phone, except Sony. With Xbox Game Pass for $10 a month, you have access to all the first-party exclusives and all the third-party partnership exclusives like Stalker 2. Jesus Christ, did you see how good Stalker looks? It looks absolutely incredible. The faces, man. Oh shit, I gotta get back to the script, man. I could talk about Stalker for ages. With 27 games announced for Xbox Game Pass at the conference, all you need is an Xbox Series console, a PC, or a phone to access any of these incredible games. Starfield, the new IP from Bethesda Softworks, and a game that's been in the works for 20 years, finally gets a new in-game trailer with a release date of 11/11/22, kind of an homage to Skyrim's release date, which was 11/11/11. With no actual gameplay, just an in-game trailer, I was expecting a lot more, but I guess with for being a year and a half off, it makes sense that they don't really have any gameplay to show us. Most likely they'll show more gameplay at E3 of next year. Honestly, they really didn't show that much in the trailer. It was just like this guy getting ready to launch off in his spaceship. Didn't really say much about the game, but it looks good. And I'm excited for Bethesda to do something more sci-fi related. Fallout is sci-fi, but it's not like, space sci-fi, you know what I mean? One of the funnier things was like the amount of times they said Xbox exclusive. It was like Xbox exclusive in the trailer, and then when they got back to the stage, it said Xbox exclusive again. So for all the Sony fanboys still thinking like this is going to be, not exclusive to Xbox, it's going to be exclusive to Xbox. They said it 4 times, man. Just get over it, man. Just buy Game Pass or buy Series S if you don't want to buy a Series X. Come on, man. shocker to the graphical showcase of this conference. Just look at this guy's face, man. Look at the lighting, the animation. The game looks absolutely beautiful, and it's really the first true next-gen game for Xbox. The game is set in Ukraine, which has been ravaged by nuclear war, and it's got a lot of Exodus vibes, Metro Exodus vibes. A lot of crazy looking creatures and animals and whatever that is. The game also includes something called the Anomaly, which kind of gives the game a little more interdimensional travel type of thing. Maybe the nuclear fallout has like opened like a rift in time and space that you're able to go through and to different universes and stuff like that. That would be really interesting to add that to the game. But that's what I'm getting from it. And a lot of interesting creatures, a lot of interesting combat. The gunplay looks really cool. The graphics are incredible. The graphics are like the biggest thing about this game. But yeah, this game's coming out April 28th on Game Pass, and I'm there day one to get that game. I was looking at the specs, and I need to get a new GPU because I think the minimum specs said GTX 1060. So yeah, I'll probably barely run that game. So before the show, we had a lot of these rumors about a new game by Avalanche, the same guys who made Mad Max and the Just Cause series, called Project Typhoon. And the rumors are that they were partnering up with Xbox to create a new game, but we had no idea what the game was going to be. Like, we had no idea what it's going to be like. But eventually we got a trailer called Contraband for this new game that it's got like these 1970s style vibe of the game with Steely Dan playing in the background, which I loved. I love that song. Do It Again. I absolutely love that song. I love like 1960s and 70s music, especially Steely Dan. That guy's dope. So obviously we know it's a co-op game. We know it's going to be an open world type game. Also, they're going to include heists in the game. So maybe they're trying to like cater to the GTA 5 market by creating something more open world co-op. People like to hang out and just like play with their friends and stuff like that. So I think it's a cool idea. I just don't know if Avalanche has the track record to create a great game. Like, they've created decent games. Like, they created 7 out of 10 games, I would say. The Just Cause series, I would say they're all 6 to 7s because the gameplay is a lot of fun. They're fun to play. The story's not that great. They usually have a lot of glitches and stuff that's going on, a lot of hiccups. So I don't know, maybe Microsoft, with their money that they infuse into it, maybe the game will be a lot better. But we'll have to see. Right now, all we have is just a trailer of a hideout showing the different heists and a car and a name, pretty much. It's a CGI trailer. I'm looking forward to seeing how good this game is. I hope it's good. I hope Microsoft's able to infuse them with money and give them more of a budget to work on a better game. Mad Max is good too. Again, Mad Max is another game that was like another 7 out of 10. Hopefully they can make a 9 out of 10 game. That would be my hope. This was my favorite announcement. Left 4 Dead 3. Oh shit, I didn't. Oh yeah, they did change the name. Back 4 Blood. I'm gonna still call it Left 4 Dead 3. I don't care. It looks like the exact same game. They even have a 4 in the middle for Back 4 Blood. But yeah, we had a trailer for the game. It looks good. There's obviously PvP now, where you can be a zombie attack. You know, one team can be zombies, one team can be humans. That looks cool. The 4-player co-op. Oh man, I have so many fond memories of playing Left 4 Dead 1 and 2. And it just makes me feel old because those games are like, but Left 4 Dead 2 came out in 2009. That's like 11 years. Like, it's crazy since the last Left 4 Dead. So I'm excited for this game, and then I lost my shit when I found out it was a Game Pass exclusive. Here's a clip of me reacting to it.
October 12th. Oh, that's not a Game Pass. No, it's not. Yeah, it's not. Whoa! Oh shit, it's gonna be on Game Pass. Oh fuck. That's sick. Oh yeah.
So yeah, man, I don't understand how Valve never made a sequel to this game. Valve really doesn't like making games. They made like Half-Life Alyx. That was the last game they made for like the past 10 years. I think before that, I don't even think they made that many games. They just, you know, raking in the money with Steam, right? So I guess like, oh, we don't need to make games anymore. We're more of like a game publisher and distributor. But I'm glad that they decided to finally make a new IP and make a game that is like a spiritual successor to Left 4 Dead. I'm playing that day one on Xbox Game Pass. Battlefield 2042. I've been waiting for this game for 3 years, playing Call of Duty so much. I'm getting sick and tired of Call of Duty, especially Warzone. I need some new shooters. And this year we have Call of Duty, we're gonna have the next Call of Duty, we're gonna have Battlefield 2042, we're gonna have Halo Infinite, we're gonna have Left 4 Dead. It's like shooter heaven. If you love shooters, this year is the year for you. So Battlefield 2042, obviously, really cool trailer. I love that now it's like modern day / near future. So it's like, it's in the future a little bit, but there's not like space guns and like space like laser beams. They have these cool little like drone dogs, stuff like that. So it's a little bit near future, so there's a little bit more tech, but it's not too crazy where you have like wall running and then jets and all that stuff, like jetpacks and all that stuff. Like so it's pretty cool. I also like that it's 128 players for next gen and PC. So we're gonna have 64 v64 lobbies. Don't like that there's no single player campaign at all. I really like the single player campaign from 1 and 5. I never played 3's campaign. I didn't play 4, so I missed out on that one. So I hate that there's no campaign, but the levels look incredibly dense. They look huge, especially that city level they showcased at the conference, right? You have like zip lines now where you can zip line. You can beat like Spider-Man, but for Xbox, because obviously Spider-Man's not on Xbox, it's only on Sony. So you can you know, fill your fantasies over at Battlefield, and also like the what you call the in-game customization, like the in-game attachments. Like let's say you're playing with a buddy like on Call of Duty, and you're asking like, oh, which attachment are you using? It's like, oh, it's the Grip Force 6585 or some bullshit, right? And they're like, oh shit, okay, I'm gonna change that when the game's over, when I get back to the menu. But in this game, you can do it in the game. Like that scene in the elevator, he just switches the attachment, he switches the sight, he switches like, you know, the stock. That's super cool. I like that. And then also the what you call it, the skydiving and the wingsuits. That looks so cool. That seems like a really cool way to get out of like hairy situations. You know, like you're like getting shot and you just jump off a building and just wing. Dude, honestly, I can't wait. That's gonna be so much fun. If that becomes an Xbox Game Pass game as well, because they're not gonna announce it now, because there've been rumors about it becoming an Xbox Game Pass game, but they're not gonna announce it until later on in the year, because obviously, you know, Battlefield needs to make pre-orders and they need to make their initial money. So if they do announce it, I think this can be a Game Pass game. They'll probably announce it closer to release. So we're gonna know more about it at EA's E3, which is July 22nd. I don't know why it's so far apart from all the other conferences, but EA is like, oh, we're special. We're gonna do what we want to do. But we're gonna hear more about that, and hopefully there's gonna be a beta as well. I would love to see that. Game's coming out late October 22nd, I think. Yeah, so it's gonna be awesome. Can't wait. Joseph Staten showed up at E3 showing a little fly through of the gameplay section we saw last year at E3 2020, but obviously with no pop-ins this time. I was looking very closely at the screen, like, oh, is there a pop-in? Like, there was no pop-in at that time. They showed a bit of the trailer. It was an in-game cinematic of Master Chief in space, just trying to go through this anti-gravity section, trying to get to Cortana, or like a version of Cortana. I really didn't play Halo 4 and 5, so I don't really understand the full story. I gotta watch a video about what happened in 4 and 5. Probably needed to like learn about a few things, because it is a sequel. As people say, it's a spiritual successor. It is a spiritual successor and also a sequel at the same time. So probably have to watch like a video of Halo 4 and 5, because those aren't on PC. Halo 4 is on Master Chief Collection, so I could probably play that, but I don't know if I will. But so it was a bit of a trailer. You know what I really like is the God of War style, like no cuts, just the gameplay is seamless with the cinematic. I really like that. And then the graphics, honestly, that gameplay of the graphics, the ray tracing off the metal of Master Chief's visor, his armor, it was all scratched up, and the lighting looked really good. It actually looked surprisingly good. Like they really did fix up the graphics a little bit more. The art style is gonna stay the same, so. But I'm excited, man. Honestly, I love that there's so many first-person shooters coming out this year. It's awesome. Battlefield 2042, Halo, Call of Duty, Left 4 Dead, man. It's gonna be a great year for shooters. So they also showed off some more multiplayer. The multiplayer looks very similar to what Halo is already. It's obviously free to play. They added the hook shot. The hook shot looks super cool. The idea of like hooking onto like a sniper rifle, grabbing it, and then taking a shot and killing somebody. That's dope. That'll make the multiplayer a lot more fun. Honestly, it looks very similar. I love Halo. I will play it. I just don't know how they're gonna get new players to play it. Obviously, with I guess free to play, people will come and play free to play. But like, if you're not gonna change up Halo that much, maybe they won't stay. At least they'll try it. But like, I hope they add some new stuff, because I'm gonna play no matter what. I'm gonna play the multiplayer and the campaign, obviously. But I would like some more new adjustments to the game. The hookshot's really cool. I hope they have other new stuff that they're gonna add just to make it a little more unique, a little more different. Obviously, they have CTF, capture flag. They have big team battle. They have all these great modes. No sign of battle royale. I think they might do that later on next year. They want to maybe just get multiplayer out before they add battle royale. Just get it done. Fix that first before they jump onto something bigger. I expect battle royale. If they don't do battle royale, I'll be very surprised, because Halo is perfect for battle royale. Because they already do the big team battles with the cars and the banshees. Like, imagine a battle royale with Halo. That would be absolutely incredible. I will love that. But maybe later on this year. But they did release a new vid doc, but I haven't watched it yet. I'm just gonna talk about what they showed at the E3 press conference. I'll probably make another video about the vid doc later on down the line. But yeah, man, I'm excited. The only thing that kind of confused me was that there was no release date. Which is quite surprising. It said holiday 2020. Maybe, I don't know, maybe they might push it. I don't get it, because they announced the release date for Starfield like a year and a half in advance. Why haven't they released a release date for a game that's 6 months away, or like 5 months away, 4 months away? And you've already gotten so much gameplay, you've gotten that vid doc, so I honestly don't get it, man. But like, I hope it comes out this year. I really hope. It's gonna be awesome that they're gonna have Forza and Halo as their two-prong attack. But yeah, I'm excited for Halo, man. Hopefully the multiplayer is good, campaign's good, so we can get Halo back on top. Atomic Heart, I have no idea what this game is. It's very interesting, unique looking, very interesting design, just character design, like the crash dummies. I don't know what to say. Just look at my reaction. Here's my reaction from the live stream. The hell is this? Atomic Heart. The fuck is this? Is that a Russian? You think it's? This is the weirdest game I've ever seen in my life. What the fuck is this? The hell am I watching? Very interesting style. Especially Xbox One, Xbox 10. Play on Game Pass. Forza Horizon 5. It's been rumored for a while that it's coming out this year and that was going to be set in Mexico. I was a huge fan of Forza Horizon 4. That was actually my first ever Horizon because I missed 1, 2, and 3 because I didn't have an Xbox One. And when I got my PC, I did like 3, 2, and 1 you have to buy to play it. So I only played 4 because it was on Game Pass. 4, I love 4. I played that for hours and hours. The one thing I didn't like about 4 was the location. Honestly, UK is it's a kind of a boring place. It's very like, you know, hilly and just grass. It's not the nicest place to drive around. Mexico seems a lot cooler because Mexico has a lot more climates, a lot more geographical regions. Like you got the jungle, you got the coast, you got the mountains, you got a lot of stuff. You got deserts. So there's a lot more variety, and they even have a volcano that you can drive next to. So that's an added benefit, right? They're also adding a new single player mode called Adventure Mode, and there's gonna be a little story where you're going through Mayan ruins, checking out Mayan ruins in different parts of Mexico. That would be cool. I like games with story modes, and most racing games don't have story modes, which is very interesting. Also, the game looks absolutely incredible. They apparently took 12K cameras to Mexico and they took a lot of photogrammetry data, and there were some scenes where like I thought it was a video or a picture, but then they show cars driving by. Actually, just check out my reaction. This game looks incredible.
24-hour shoots of real Mexican skies at 12K resolution. And thanks to the Xbox Series consoles, these photorealistic results in lifelike.
Yeah, man, the game absolutely looks incredible. I can't wait to play that on my computer. I don't know if it's gonna run. I gotta get a new GPU. My GPU is really lagging. They also added Forza Link AI, which is going to help you track your friends and people you run into to get into groups faster, using AI to improve the ways of getting into game sessions and matchmaking. They also added their own Forza Forge, like Forge from Halo. They also added their version called Event Lab, where you can create your own custom games in an arena. Let's say if you want to do, you know, hide and seek or something like that, you can add it. You can make your own custom games and all that stuff. It's really interesting. That's gonna be fun. I always thought the Forza's custom games, like the Eliminator, was super cool. Now you might have Eliminator just inside of an arena, so you can't really escape. It's really hard. It's harder to get away. So the game's coming out November 9th, obviously on Game Pass. Cannot wait. Day one, getting that. I love the Horizon games. Motorsports are like, I'm not into cars as much, but I love arcade racing games. Like Motorsport, it's a little too like restrictive. It's obviously trying to be a realistic simulation. Forza Horizon is going to be more an arcade game, so they're not trying to be as serious as Motorsport. So it works, and I can't wait for that game. November 9th, day one, Game Pass, get it. So Redfall, a game that was previously called Project Omen, created by Arcane Studios in Austin. This game, I think it's a little too late. They should have made this game in the 2000s when Twilight was popular, True Blood, and Buffy. I'm just kidding. But if they made it in 2000, it would be way more popular than right now. Vampires aren't it nowadays. So maybe they're making this game trying to get that niche, to get that vampire niche that isn't being, catered to. But yeah, it was a CGI trailer. Arcane made, obviously, Prey. Arcane Austin made Prey, which makes sense. I don't know why when they talk about Arcane, they always say Arcane Studios as a whole, because they have multiple studios: Arcane Austin, Arcane Leon. It was funny to see Colt Eastwood also call it Arcane Lion. it's Leon, because he doesn't know his French cities and pronunciations. But yeah, the game looks interesting. It's a 4-player co-op vampire game. Each character is going to have their own abilities, as they showcase in the trailer. Like there's like this character who is able to teleport somebody somewhere else. So it's going to be really interesting. It'd be a co-op shooter. I like how Microsoft's doing these single player, like these co-op games, but they're adding single player elements to it. So there's 4 players. More people can play the game. It's not just you playing a single player game by yourself. So it's like a 4-player story related game. That would be really cool. I think that's gonna be really. But obviously, it was a CGI trailer. It was cool. The art style is interesting. It's different. They have obviously the Guardians of the Galaxy music. The game, obviously, it's just a CGI trailer, but they said summer 2022, so it's coming out relatively soon. So most likely we'll get something at, let's say if they do an EXO 2021, or maybe at the Game Awards or something like that, or just put up a YouTube video about it or something. So we'll get something about it soon, or maybe it might get delayed to fall 2022. But they can't really delay it to fall 2022 because obviously Starfield's coming out. Starfield's going to be the big game of that fall. So maybe like a midsummer or early fall release date. But yeah, I'm looking forward to see more of what this game is, honestly. So we got 2 new IPs announced this year at the E3 conference. We had Redfall and we had Contraband. Contraband from Avalanche, a partnership with Xbox Game Studios, and Redfall from Arcane Austin. I was hoping for more IPs and more games to be announced. I was hoping for Compulsion's game to be here, but unfortunately it wasn't here. I've been hearing good things about that game. An Uncharted / Bioshock style game. I was looking forward to that. Halo obviously being shown out, Forza Horizon 5. You know, that's not a new IP, but it was a game that wasn't announced, but we all knew about it, that it was coming out. So I don't consider that, like, you know, a surprise. So most of the stuff that we already knew. Project Typhoon was a bit of a surprise. We didn't know, we knew that they were working on a game. We didn't know what kind of game it was. So they kept that under wraps really well. But yeah, overall Battlefield 2042 looked good. Stalker 2 looked good. Stalker 2 is not completely exclusive. It's going to eventually come out for PS5, but there was a good amount of third-party exclusives, third-party partnerships with Battlefield 2042 and Back 4 Blood. So there was a good mix of games that were showing up. So thank you guys again for the click. Obviously, the second part's coming up. That's going to be the indie games, which includes Somerville, which is one of my most anticipated games, and a lot of AA games, and also updates to games like Sea of Thieves will be there. So yeah, check out that video when that comes out. But yeah, I stream every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. On Thursdays, I do my Roundup podcast live at 5 p.m. for all the biggest video game news. Obviously, this week's going to be a big roundup. Of course, we're going to have a lot of content to talk about. And yeah, thank you guys for the click in. If you want, please like and subscribe to the video. I do video game related videos. I try to do one video a week. One of these detailed videos about something that happened in the video game industry. And yeah, check out the content. I'm playing through Mass Effect Legendary Edition, which I'm going to be playing Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. And yeah, thank you guys for watching, and you guys have an amazing day.